The next object I want to do is a little navigational arrow right here. Jump right in and shift click the cursor right here and we'll create the base for the arrow. So let's press Shift A, mesh, and add a circle. Let's give it a 12. It's already there. Okay, so let's tab in. Now we can fill this and scale this down. You can look from the top side and check the reference, and you can see the radius here, and we can tab out and move it a little bit so we have a better match. Okay, and right now go to the perspective, solid view, and just extrude this, inset. You can again double check the inset and it's visible there, so it's basically around here. And extrude this once again, inset, extrude down, and once again we'll extrude this so there is a pole. You can see the scale there, it's about right here, and we can extrude it here, maybe like this. And up on the pole there should be an alert light or something like that, so let's create that. Let's extrude and let's make a cut here. Alt click this, let's press Ctrl B, and we can add some segments here, and then we can go to the face select this loop, and maybe extrude it along normals. You can always press Ctrl plus to expand the selection and move this up and down as you see fit. And yeah, maybe I want to make this a little bit wider there, and let's make a cut here. Ctrl B to bevel that and extrude along normals to have a nice detail there. Okay, and right now we can maybe make this a little bit thinner here. Okay, don't forget to save, and let's call this the arrow base. Now we'll need to add a plane, so Shift A, add a plane, and let's move it up a little bit, scale down, and rotate on X. Okay, let's look from the front with numpad 1 and scale this down. I think the height of the arrow should be something like this, and we can scale this on the X-axis just like that. And now I want you to delete the faces, so X and delete only faces. Let's go to the vertex select, and I want you to make 3 cuts here, and let's select these 2 and scale them on the Z out like this. Don't worry about that, and right now just select the middle one and grab it on the X, and you have a nice little arrow. You can now select all, press F to fill, and then deselect these 2, press Ctrl B, then V to make a radius, and I want to make 3 segments and a really small radius there, just like that. Okay, now we can move this, select all, and move this with G on the X-axis a little bit more to the middle. Rotate this and extrude so it fits the pole a little better. Now let's create those little arrows here, and if you want to have a perfect alignment with the large arrow, just select it, go into the edit mode, and select these 2 vertices right here by holding Shift. And right now you can press Shift S and choose cursor to select it, and it will basically place the cursor perfectly between these two vertices. So now if you tab out and add a plane, so Shift A, add a plane, you can go into the edit mode, scale this down and rotate on the x-axis. So just press R, X, then 90. You have a perfectly aligned plane there, and you can reduce the size even more here. And let's go to the front view by pressing numpad 1. Go to the wireframe and let's scale this even further on the X. So press S, then X, and scale this down. Something like this. And right now we can press X and choose delete to delete only faces. And we can slice these edges right here in half. So Ctrl R and make a cut here, and the second one here. Right now just select these two vertices, press G then X and grab them so you create a slope similar to the large arrow right there. Something like this, and you can then select these vertices and adjust the width. So press G then X and choose something that you like. And now just select all, press B then V and make a little bevel with 2 segments. That'll be enough. Right now we can select all and let's press F to create N-gon there and E to extrude. We can tab out, add an array modifier. Let's zoom out and increase count to something like 6. And we need to reduce the offset. For me it's 0.7, for you it can be different based on the width of the arrow you created. So choose something that works for you and let's move on. And right now the one last thing to do to make the arrow complete is to select this, go to the edit mode, edge select all this loop, duplicate, separate, and you know the drill by now. Select all, delete only faces, add a skin modifier, vertex select all, and make this smaller. And sorry, I'm going too fast maybe, but these are the things I've repeated so many times, not only in the previous episodes but in this one as well. And I really want to give you as much value as possible, and this one episode is really much larger, so we need to go through some things a little bit faster. So I hope that's okay. You have the ability to go back to some steps and look it up there if there's something too fast for you. Okay, let's tab out. Right now just name the object. We can name this arrow, and basically we can name all of these arrow, and Blender will add the numbers. And right now I just want to parent it to the base here, so select all, shift select the base, Ctrl P and set parent to object. And that's our arrow.